Well, that's just about wraps it up for In Business Tonight Singapore. Wait a moment. CQ Oil Corporation has just given out this press release. Following the tragic aircraft accident involving Mr. Wilfred Wong, this morning the board has appointed Mr. William Lee, the supply manager, as its new CEO with immediate effect. Our thoughts are with Mr. Wong's family at this time, and we as a board are doing all we can for Mr. Wong's family. William Lee, one-time Young Manager of the Year, has had a meteoric rise through the ranks of CQ Oil. We will bring you more news and reactions to today's tragic and extraordinary events later this evening. In the meantime, join us next time for In Business Tonight Singapore. Thank you.
Good morning. You are Miss Lim, right?
Yes, I am Miss Lim, your personal assistant. But most people call me Laura.
Oh, hi Laura. Would you mind making me a cup of coffee? I'd like to start my day with just a cup of coffee.
And how would you like your coffee, Mr. Lee?
Blue Mountain, with cream, no sugar. When it's done, can you please bring it to my office?
Okay, sure. I've already opened your mail and the overnight reports from US and Europe are on your desk.
Thank you, Laura. Most efficient. I made it. I made it. I made it. Those who say I'm doubtless, those who say I'm just a daydreamer, look at me. I made it. I'm now at the top of my game. Mom, Dad, you're wrong. You shouldn't stop me from achieving what I want. Look at me. I have wealth, I have power, I have influence. I have everything that I ever wanted. I made it.
Today I saw a man driving a really big Porsche car, a really expensive car. He was dressed so fine that lots of people stopped and stared at him. I want to be just like that man. I want to have power, money and influence. When I have that, people will stop and stare at me when I go by.
William, you're just a dreamer. You have as much chance of I going to the moon.
That's what you think. You wait and you'll see. I'll be like that man before I'm 45. I'll be rich and famous.
Dream on, that's what I say.
You may dream, that's all about you can do. Mark my words. By the time I'm 45, I'll be just like that man. I'll be rich and famous.
Now, son, there's more to life than being rich and famous. You know, those who are rich and famous are not always happy. I doubt if 1 in 10 rich are at peace with themselves.
Your mother's right. Money doesn't bring happiness, son.
Look at us now. Just look at us. We are poor. No one cares for us. No one knows we even exist. How can we be happy? Look at those who are rich and famous. They can do what they like. That's why I want to be just like that man.
Now, William, we've always tried to show you that money isn't everything. You have loving brothers and sisters. Money can't buy you that. And no matter how powerful you are, you can't force people to love you. Influence cannot buy you a loving family. Son, remember what Jesus said. What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his own soul?
You know, your father is quite right. There's more to life than just riches. As you heard the pastor said on Sunday, you need to make sure of the destination of your soul.
You know, Papa and Mama, you know I love you, but I can't take any more of that Christian stuff. gets in the way of my dreams, my ambitions. And if please I don't want to go to church with you again, I'll spend my time studying and working hard so that I can be rich, powerful and famous.
Listen to him doesn't want to go to church with us. It will get in the way of his dreams. He's a rebellious person. But back in a few days he will be back with us. He will keep up the work to succeed.
Okay, William. We will not force you to come to church with us if you do not want to. And if you wish to stay at home and work on your school homework, that is fine by us too. However, if you come to realize that you've been a little bit rash, then don't be too proud to come to us for help. We are your family, and we love you, son.
What a fool. Jin, you think you're so smart? You know what? I did dream on. And look at me, where I am right now. What do you achieve in your life? Nothing. Sad to say, Mom, Dad, you're wrong about me too.
So guys, exams are almost over. What are your plans after we finish school?
I'm off traveling until the convocation. I feel I really need a break after 4 long years of labs, projects and exams. What are you going to do, William?
I'm going to start work at CQ International Oil Corporation. And I think in 20 years I'll be CEO.
What? How certain are you of getting this job?
Oh, he'll get a job there, alright. He has worked there during the vacation for the past 4 years. It's also rumored that he's dated all the boss's daughters.
So what if I have? I'm not ashamed of it. My strategy is to know my enemy. Negotiation comes from strength, not weakness. But guys, I've got to go. Work to do, you know?
Well, William is certainly ambitious to say the least. I mean, he does work hard and he comes out on top every single time. But don't you think he's a little bit too single-minded?
Let me say, he's certainly dedicated, but at what price? My sister is a friend of his sister, and this is how I got to know something about William. He comes from a very fine Christian family.
Christian?
His parents and some of his siblings are. He, of course, is not. Anyway, I digress. In a couple of weeks, he has an interview at CQ Oil to join the management program.
The management program? I think I've heard of it before. The top people get promoted to join their key management at the top. Well, if single-mindedness and determination counts for anything, then I'm sure William will get the job.
Julia, next Wednesday is my big day. An interview with CQ Oil. You know, I've done my research. The HR likes chess and Alexander Solzhenitsyn skin. And as a matter of fact, those are my interests.
But William, you don't play chess. And when was the last time you read a novel?
Now I play chess. And I've read 2 of his novels, just in case he asks me anything.
William, is that being really honest?
What has honesty got to do with it? It's about succeeding, getting to the top. Honesty has nothing to do with it. You know, I'll also be interviewed by your father. I was wondering if you could let me have a sneak peek at that project he told you about, the one he's presenting to management.
I can't do that, William. It wouldn't be right.
All I'm asking for is a copy of the PowerPoint slides. Is that too difficult?
I can't do it.
Why don't you want me to get the job? There are 50 or 60 of us for just 5 spots. I need every bit of help I can get. I thought you said you loved me. Fine way you have of showing it.
I do love you, William, but I can't do this. This is beyond love.
Beyond love? What rubbish! This is the true test of love. Of course, if you don't love me, I wonder if I should still keep this relationship.
You want to break up with me? Please don't do that, William. I can't live without you. Please don't go.
Julia, my dear, I won't leave you, provided you help me out. It's up to you.
Okay, I'll do it. Just don't leave me.
That's better, Julia. Oh, but there's one more thing. My interview is about 2 o'clock. At about 5 to 2, I need you to call your father up. Tell him you're feeling stressed and you need to talk to him. Remember, this is important for me and for us.
Julia, Julia. Such a loving girl. But yet, so naive. Poor Julia.
Please sit down, Mr. Lee.
Thank you.
Mr. Key, one of our senior managers, should be here shortly. He's been delayed for a few minutes. Maybe in the meantime, I will start the interview and you can commence by telling me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I don't think there's much to say. I came from a local family. I studied in a neighborhood school. My parents had always instilled in me and my siblings the virtues of hard work and honesty. In fact, I interned here over the summer holidays for the past 3 years.
I think I see that record over here. What are your interests? Do you have any hobbies, for instance?
I like to play chess and I like reading.
And what kind of stuff do you read?
Oh, I love novels. In fact, my favorite novelist, he's dead now, but my favorite novelist was Alexander Solzhenitsyn. I just think he's brilliant.
What a coincidence. Those are two of my interests, actually. But still, I digress. I see from your application here, you only participated in a few clubs at university. Why was this?
It's all an issue of time. I would have liked to participate in more clubs, but that would have taken time away from my reading. And to be honest, I find that Solzhenitsyn is a much better companion than some of my fellow students.
I see here that you are studying engineering. What is or was your most enjoyable module?
My most enjoyable module was actually an extra module that didn't even count towards my degree. In order to expand our horizons, we are encouraged to take a module that's outside our area of study. For example, I took one on management decision making. In this, I studied the answer to the question, do we take the most approved cost-benefit route to solve a problem, or do we take the route that may not be the most cost-effective, but gets the production on stream a lot quicker?
That's a fascinating point. And I suspect Mr. Key would also have like to discuss this with you as well. That's what's holding him up. I really don't know what's keeping him doing this. Hello? Excuse me. Yes, we're just finishing up here. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Well, looks like you will not be able to make the meeting here, but maybe before we finish up the interview, do you have any other questions that you would like to ask me as well?
I actually have a couple of questions, more to do with training. What investment does CQ Oil place in training its staff? How much of an asset does CQ consider its staff?
Actually, we do emphasize quite a bit of training. Manpower, human resource is one of the most important, if not the most important asset that this company has. If you are the right candidate, we will offer you the full suite of training to make sure that you have all the best prospects for advancements. Okay. Thank you.
Silly old man. Didn't even know they'd be fooled by me. Of course, with the help of my loyal girlfriend, Julia. Poor Julia. Didn't even know.
William, please come in, sit down.
Thank you.
Yeah, William, I want to talk to you before the official announcement is made. I'll be leaving the company for personal reason. I've actually recommended you to take over my position as CQ Supply Manager. I watched you perform over the past few years and you've done very well. Okay. You're hardworking, even in the office before me and leave after me.
Mr. Key, you flatter me, but I don't deserve this. You can't leave. You have many years of good ahead of you.
Well, William, thank you. Thank you for your kind words. But I've actually pondered about this decision for many years now. You see, my daughter Julia, she's having a total emotional breakdown. She have a secret to us relationship with some fellow student for some time, and he dumped her, and she actually took an overdose of drugs. The drugs didn't kill her, but it gave her some brain damage. She's now like a 9-year-old kid. She needs all our attention and care, and my wife and I have decided to do everything that we can for her.
Mr. Key, I'm so sorry to hear this. I didn't know you had such a burden to shoulder.
You would not know it anyway, but anyway, I think the department will be in your good hand. I'm sure about that.
Poor O'Keefe. Didn't even know he'd been played by the palm of my hands. You think that you're running a place all these years? No, it was I who ran a place for you, not you. Julia, such a pity. Collateral damage. What a fool. Poor Julia. Poor Julia.
Oh, you're still up. Oh, you're still up. What is it? Is it a children? Don't just sniffle. How do you expect me to know what's the problem? I'm not a mind reader.
You're late again, William. You're always late. We've not spoken in ages.
I got a good reason to be. I've been at a meeting.
Another meeting?
A very important meeting. The chairman of the company is asking me to be the CEO.
Oh, William.
Is that all you can say? Tomorrow I'll be realizing my life ambitions. When we just get married, I will just climb the ladder of success. 17 years later, and now I'm at the top of my game.
Oh, William.
Is that all you can say? Oh, William. You know, it would actually be nice that you at least pretend to be happy for me. But oh, William, it's all that I get. You should at least support me once in a while.
William, that is unfair. I have always been a very supportive wife to you, attending all those boring company dinners and countless other social functions, always kind of dressed to please you or impress a client or a manager. I'm always at your side.
That is the least of what I expected from you. Who is the one that support you with a car and a chauffeur? Who is the one that give you overseas holiday 4 times a year? Who is the one that give you allowance that others need to work so hard for? Who is the one that provides you a luxurious lifestyle that others can only dream of? Well, guess who? It's me, William. William, your husband, that's who?
William, that is unkind.
Unkind? Who said about being kind? Kindness is weakness. Whoever says that the kind will inherit things is pure rubbish. It's only the strong get what they want. The weak, the kind, and the foolish, they will get nothing. You have to take what you can, when you can, and while you can. If I had to kick a person in his face when he is down so that he will not get back up, I will do it. If I have to step on a fool, the kind, and the weak in order to be at top of my game, I will do it too. Look at me. I have power, I have riches, I have influence. And you, Susie, my dear, you get to share all this with me. And what do you contribute? Absolutely nothing. You know what? You should be happy that you are still here being my wife. Don't you ever think for a moment that I do not know what you are up to when I'm away from business trip or I'm late out at work. Rose, our maid, has been reporting to me when you are going out. And your chauffeur, he has been telling me as well where have you been and who have you been meeting. And all of this has been recorded in this little booklet here. The date, the time, and the place, and the person you're meeting.
William, I can explain.
Shh. No need to explain. Surely, I can trust my beloved wife that she will be faithful enough to keep our marriage vow, don't I? Then no need for explanation. But remember, you have to stay with me and stay by my side. If not, your parents will hear about this.
Oh, William, you can't do that to my father. You know he's really frail now. Something like that would kill him. He couldn't bear the scandal of a divorce.
Who said about divorce? I would just let your father know in a very delicate way that his precious daughter is an adulteress. You see, Susie, my dear, I know all about you and your peccadillos. If you don't want me to expose you, you better do as you have been told. After all, you don't want your family to lose face, do you?
But why, William? Why would you still want to stay married to me then?
Why do I still want you? That is very simple. It's all for convenience. Please, don't for a moment to even believe that I love you. These words is not in my dictionary. This word only exists in the dictionary of a fool. Do you ever realize that I never loved you before? Like you? Yes. Amused by you? Yes. Gratified by you? Yes. Pleasing to have around? Of course. But love? No. Never for a moment.
Why did you marry me?
That is a very stupid question to ask. Have you not realized that the reason I married you is because of your father? Yes, your father. I needed you for my career progressions. You are my stepping stone. You know, it's not a coincidence that we met. I actually did a research on you. Where do you normally spend your evening? Who is your friend? The kind of music you're into? The film that you like? And even the food that you like to eat. I know more about you. Even you know more about yourself before I met you. Let's just call this plan competitive. Susie, my dear, you are flattering yourself if you actually think that I've been in love with you. I have not been in love since I was 12 years old. You, my dear Susie, are just a necessity as part of my plan.
You used me.
No more than I would have used anyone else, my dear. In fact, a lot less. You also use me. You get to enjoy the fruit of my hard work and planning. But I let you use me because you are necessary for my career my power to get to the top, money, influence. Why? Because it's all part of the image for you, my beautiful wife.
What about the children?
They too were just a necessity part of the plan. What? Of course, Susie, my dear. Don't you see? 3 children is an acceptable standard for society. If the number is 2, we'll have 2. If the number is 3, we have 3. If the number is 4, we will have 4 or 5. It's all really simple. You all are just part of the plan. Of mine to the top. Tomorrow, I will be the youngest CEO in the history of CQ International Oil Corporations. Many say that I'm a dreamer. Many say that I will not make it, but they are wrong. And many stand in the way I had them dealt with. Do you remember Tay, the foolish man? In one of the dinner that he so despised, he was drunk. He told me that he was one operator in the pornographic literature. And you know what the interesting part? He was actually one of my main competitors in getting a promotion. I had him removed by getting a third party to kind of blackmail him by making him back up from a competition for promotion, as well as getting a ransom from him. But of course, as a good man I am, I donate all the ransom to a charity. And you know why he did this? Because of his wife. She is a very important person in the community. Even a little bit of the scandal will destroy our family reputations. You see, Susie, my dear, that is what love make you become. Weak. I don't want to be vulnerable. That's why I never fall in love with anyone. If anything you could think of, our love is meaningless.
Susie, my dear. A very beautiful woman. You know what? But just another fool. Thinking that I would love her? She didn't even know. She's just a necessary ornament for part of my plan. What is love? I don't need love. I'm here not because of love. I'm here because I am strong. I made it without love. What's happening? I can't breathe. I need to lose some more time. I need to go for help. Miss Lim! Miss Lim!
Mr. Lee, here's your coffee.
We interrupt this program with the tragic news that the new CEO of CQ Oil Corporation, William Lee, was found dead at his desk this morning. Paramedics were called to his office at 8:46, where he was pronounced dead. Initial reports suggest that he had a heart attack.